Welcome.
Welcome.
Welcome. Welcome back to the Unhinged BookCast, a book club style podcast hosted by two romantacy book besties. I'm LJ.
And I'm Jess, and we're so excited to have you back for the start of a new series.
Whether we're deep diving into thoughts and theories or just riding the vibes, we love discussing our current reads with each other and now with all of you.
Tonight we are starting the Fae and Alchemy series by Callie Hart with Book 1, QuickSilver, chapters 1 through 13. This is a reread for both of us, but we have brought in some new co-hosts that are first-time readers. But you still don't have to worry about spoilers as long as you have read through our current reading section. So, how about you guys introduce yourselves and then tell us what type of books you normally read and what would be your favorite book that you've read this year?
Hello, I'm Carla, and I happen to be Leslie's sister. I prefer to read mostly historical fiction, sci-fi, and biographies. My favorite book that I have read this year is definitely The Women by Chris and Hannah. Fantasy is definitely not my vibe, but Les said I am totally missing out if I did not read Quicksilver. So here I am.
Hello, I'm Katie, and Carla is actually my mom, so this could get interesting. I typically read fantasy, but I'll read really any fiction book. My favorite book that I read this year is The Poppy War by R.F. Kuang. I picked up Quicksilver on my own, and then LJ told me to wait and read it with the podcast, so here I am.
Oh, the Poppy Ward. That is one I definitely want to read.
I haven't even heard of that.
Good.
Haven't? Oh, me and Katie will read it, talk about it, and then we'll convince you to read it next.
Cool. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I am so excited that you guys and everyone else are reading one of my favorite books from this year with us.
Quicksilver and the lead up to Brimstone is a really big thing in the book world right now, so we're happy that you've all chosen to discuss with us.
This will be a fun lead up to the release of book 2, Brimstone, on November 18th.
All of our Fae and Alchemy series discussions will be in their own playlist on our YouTube channel, so you can catch up whenever you're ready.
Have thoughts and theories we haven't discussed? Well, you can discuss with us spoiler free, chapter by chapter in our club on the Fable app.
Also, please do all the things liking, following, and subscribing on all of our platforms: YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, and the Fable app.
And of course, a quick content warning. We read romantic fantasy books that are intended for adults. Things that can and probably will come up are war, violence, and of course, no pants dances.
Though our discussions tend to skirt those topics, we frequently use adult language that is not suitable for little listening ears. We hope you are all reading along with us, and we can't wait to hear your thoughts and theories as well.
So let's jump right in and get started with discussing chapters 1 through 13. So, chapter 1, which is, I believe, The Climb. But before we even get to that, my first note is the dedication, okay? And it's what got me to read this book the first time. So it's, quote, "For those who live their nightmares so that others may have their dreams." Love it. First and second time, I've loved this. And then can we talk about the map? Did anybody look at the map
Okay.
here?
I don't think I ever did look at the map. I do have my Kindle down here though, so I'm going to
I
pull it
don't
up.
know if I ever looked at the map the first time. So I
don't think
read
I
it the-
realized that it was important to look at maps in fantasy books when I read this the first time. So
yeah, maybe, but also like they just earlier in the year, I think like that, like they redid it so that the bonus chapters and stuff like that would be on the Kindle Unlimited version. So I'm wondering if it didn't have a map to begin with.
okay, I'm gonna pull
Does that
it
make
up.
sense? I don't know.
Yeah, it may not have. Let's see, because I downloaded this not a long time ago, but a while ago when I first read it.
But did either of you two look at the map and check it out?
Yeah, the map is in the hard copy at least.
Yeah.
So I looked at the map before I started the book.
See,
what, Katie?
I was gonna say I always look at the maps, but I never think too hard about them, and maybe I should.
Oh, I do. Then apparently you didn't hear my like 2 episode long like map debate I had about our
Got a
last series
thing
when
going on.
I had
Leslie had a
them
thing
all
going
up on the
on.
screen. I had them like lined up. I was trying to tell you which way was north, south, west, and all the things, and it pissed me off. So I am a map person when it comes to fantasy books. It better be right. And this map only gets still maybe a 5 out of 10. It's not a great map, and I don't like it.
Oh, wait. I do have a map.
It's
Oh,
kind
wow.
of small and not very detailed.
No
It's
kidding.
not
I
detailed.
have seen much better maps.
But I
in
don't
our
know if you
fantasy
guys
books.
notice. So this is what like got me again on the first read and this read.
Mhm.
Or maybe it didn't, maybe it wasn't the first read, because like I said, I don't even know if there was a map, but I was like, okay, we start the book in Zalvarian City or whatever.
Mhm.
Zalvaria is not in or on this map at all.
Well, that's because though it's
It's in a different realm.
it's a different realm. So they'd have to have
But
two, but like so they should have
it
maybe
makes
put
no
two.
sense that where they should have had two. See, where's my Zalvarian map? That's what I'm
Oh
saying.
boy, here we go. We're starting this off with
We're
the map rant.
This is gonna be a good series because Leslie's starting with a map rant. All right.
Well, I mean, but past the map rant, you have the past the map, you have the pronunciation guide, and that I very much appreciated.
Yeah, I like the pronunciation guide. I feel like there should be more of those.
Yes, I definitely think that like that's becoming more and more frequent. Like I see them in a lot of the other fantasy books that I've started.
Mhm.
I see them more and more often, the pronunciation guides and like more detailed maps and like all sorts of stuff like that.
Yeah.
I like it a lot. What else do we have on this first little part? So what are Katie and Carla, what are your like first reactions for this first chapter?
So my first impression is that Saris kind of reminds me of like Aladdin. She's like jumping walls and like beating up guards. And yeah, like every single chapter seems to remind me of a Disney movie. So
That is hilarious because that has been Leslie's thing from the beginning of these podcasts. Every single,
I
I
always somehow
swear,
make a Disney
everyone,
reference.
she has a Disney reference for every book. At least one character in every book has a Disney reference. So
it's
I love that
crazy.
that's
We
your
didn't
very
even have
first
Disney
note.
growing up.
Right? No kidding. But yes, I see that with like just kind of the way
Totally.
it is. It's you know, very like it's sand and it's always sun and it's hot and deserty, and that makes sense.
Yeah, that's awesome. I like that.
Katie, what did you think on
I,
like setting and stuff like that?
I really liked it. I like that it started very like actiony
Mhm.
Yes.
and like
Yes.
it just throws you into it. I appreciated that.
Yes.
And it didn't start like it. I feel like it did a good job explaining her character and kind of explaining like the environment she lives in
Mhm.
without being too like info dumpy.
Yes.
I
Agreed.
agree. I don't think I've thought about that, but that's definitely something that I think drew me with this book as well. I never really picked it apart why I liked it from the get-go, but you're very right on that.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Carla, what did you think of this first chapter?
Well, I did think this gauntlet was going to be a lot more exciting than we're just like destroying it. Yeah, my first impression was that it was like some sort of magical gauntlet. And
Oh,
I was like, all right, here we go from the get-go. And no, it's
it's just
just
gold.
gold.
Yeah.
Bummer.
Did you have any other thoughts like that, Katie?
See, I also kind of thought it was magical because like she talked about the metal and the gauntlet talking to her, and so I thought that it was magic, but she seemed like very accustomed to it and like this had happened to her before. So it's like something weird is going on here.
Going on, yeah. That was,
Mm-hmm.
let's see, when she was up at the top of the wall, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Yeah,
there
but
was
you're not
something
sure, like,
from
is it her or is it the gauntlet or what's going
Mm-hmm.
on? Mm-hmm.
yeah. I think she says something
Yeah.
like, not again or not right now. This isn't the
Yeah.
time. Yeah.
Yeah, she says like not right or something very much that implies that this has happened before.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So it kind of made me think more so it might be her. I don't know. But I thought that was interesting.
And how about let's go on to chapter 2. We have, let's see what's going on. So we start by meeting our, I called him like a kind of a stepdad, but I couldn't tell if they were married or not.
Elroy. No, I don't.
Elroy.
Elroy.
It's
Yeah.
just
I don't
like a
think.
boyfriend to her mom or something like that, but it's not her dad. It's not her actual dad, is Elroy. And he is a glassmaker with his own forge or whatever. And she, spends a lot of time in here melting things down, making things, that kind of stuff. We hear about her brother Hayden. And so she goes to go find Hayden. And he is outside of a tavern that he has just gotten thrown out of for gambling. And he was gambling with the Carrion Swift.
And he not only got thrown out, he also got beat up.
Yeah, he also got his ass kicked a little bit. That is true.
Yeah.
And then so she has to go in to go get his scarf back for him. So Carla, anything before we move on in that regard?
Well, Elroy, I had to say he's my Geppetto. He's got his little shop and he's making his little things. And he used to make cool like swords and now he's making, live boys. So that's how I feel about Elroy.
Yeah, okay. Katie?
I like Elroy. I think he's interesting. I want to learn more about Elroy. But yeah, very much like a father figure, seems to like taken over after her mom died. I wonder who her actual dad is, or if it's even like important.
Oh, yeah.
But I kind of do wonder if maybe her dad is important in some way, or if he's just like a dude. But yeah, Hayden annoyed me as a fellow person with a 20-year-old brother. I was like, oh.
Oh, that's funny.
Now
I've got a
she's
22-year-old brother and a 24-year-old brother. Close enough. Especially the 22-year-old. Like, I'm with you on that one.
Yeah.
Those 22-year-olds are a real pain in the butt.
Oh, man. All right. So let's move on into, let's see. I think her name is like Callie. Callie's Bar, Tavern, whatever this is.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I like her.
Yes. I love how at first she comes at her with like a wooden cooking spoon or something, or a ladle. I think it's a ladle. And she's like, you will not have any fights in my tavern or whatever it is again, or something like that. She's like kind of scolding her. She goes, I'm not starting a fight, but I need to speak with Carrion. So anyway, so she goes up to him and he's like sitting and I think still gambling and
Something
drinking,
like
whatever.
that.
And there's definitely been like a history with them in the past. And I like how like the meeting starts with she goes asshole and he goes bitch. And that kind of gives you like their dynamic to begin with. And so what did you guys think of Carrion Swift and that encounter?
I had a hard time understanding, like, was this going to be the love interest or was this going to be the enemy? Like, it was very hard to tell from this chapter.
Well, she does tell you that they had a thing once or twice.
Exactly.
And it was just kind of a nothing better to do kind of thing, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know, but it sounds like he's the hottest damn thing in this desert. So, and there's 2 suns and it's always daytime. So it sounds like a stinky no bath situation.
That's
Well,
all
they
I
can't
can
have
think.
any
I'm
water.
sorry.
That is
I gotta
all I can
like
think about. I know.
sidebar this because that is all I think about in all of these books. Like the reality of what that bar probably smells like.
Horrible.
And everything else. I can't.
Oh,
I just
yeah.
can't. I'm
all
sorry.
the fighting, and then they don't wash themselves, and then they do
They get 6
extracurricular
ounces
activities.
of water like just to drink. So they're not bathing. I mean, That's not important. I'm sorry. I
No, I
always
agree.
think
And like
about
every
that.
fantasy book, that's on the top of my mind as well.
Yes.
It's
No
disgusting.
wonder they're always getting sick.
Right? They're getting the famine.
Oh, they're getting the famine. Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm sorry. That was unimportant. You guys can continue your productive thoughts
Okay,
here.
where were we? I might have to
Ooh,
take
not
this out a little
productive.
bit. All right.
Carrion's the hottest thing in the desert. I think that was our last thought here.
Yes. So Carla, what are your thoughts on this other than if he is or is not the love interest?
You know, so far I think they deserve each other. Like he's not impressing me any more than she is. So
Oh, interesting.
Okay.
yeah.
Okay, Katie, what are you thinking about Carrie and Swift in this first encounter?
See, I kind of like him. I think Hayden needed to be punched, but as a sister, I would be pissed at him for doing it. I'd be like, "You don't get to punch my brother," but he deserved it.
I agree. I
That's
told him he
my
wasn't supposed to be in here gambling, damn it.
Yep.
But
Yeah.
give me back his scarf.
yeah. But I like him, and he seems to like actually care about his like town, or what is it, like a district,
The district or
city?
something.
Yeah,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
he seems to like.
Third ward.
Mhm.
Ward. Mm-hmm.
I like that he definitely like seems to care about his like ward, but he like acts like he doesn't, or what. Like
Mhm.
I kind of like his character, even though we haven't seen a lot of it so far, but I like him.
I like that. I like that.
Yeah.
All right. So, Jess, anything else to add?
The only thing I'd say is like, especially when I read it the first time, I could not get over his name. And sometimes I think these names in these books have meaning, and sometimes they're just like, let's throw a bunch of random syllables together and see if it makes a name.
True.
But that name, I mean, the word carrion means like death and decay, basically.
Oh, really?
Oh.
Yes. Yes. And so I could not get over that the first time I read it, and I still think about that the second time reading it. So that's all I'm gonna say. Like his name, I feel like it's gonna mean something. I don't know.
Could mean something. Interesting. I hadn't thought about that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay. So let's move on to chapter 3. So this is more or less the end of chapter 2. She comes out of the bar, and because she has had Hayden, before she went in there, she had Hayden hold on to her bag that had the gauntlet in it, because nobody needs to know that they have this. So get in super big trouble, right?
Big trouble.
Yeah. And I think she's even told Hayden, don't look in the bag, just hold on to it, kind of thing.
Which what little brother is gonna listen to
Right.
that?
Well, little brother's gonna listen. Anyway, so she basically leaves him out on the stoop with a bag. He's not supposed to look into it, and he's not supposed to go anywhere. He doesn't do any of that. He's gone, the bag's gone when she comes out of the bar. So chapter 3, she ends up finding him, right? And then she has all these guards are like surrounding him, and they're trying to get the gauntlet back, and he's just kind of sitting there like a deer in the headlights.
Mm-hmm.
So I want to know what your guys' thoughts are on like this chapter and this scene, that kind of stuff like that.
For me, it seemed like, you know, the typical trope, like, no, don't kill her. It was all my fault. And then she's like, no, it was all my fault. Kill me. Don't kill him. And, you know, that typical back and forth. Everybody's trying to be the hero kind of.
Yeah, that's true.
And
Katie,
also, why
go
did
ahead.
she tell? She might have as well have just told him to look in the bag and then go and try and sell this thing. Like,
Yeah.
I think she even says that she didn't want Hayden to know about it because she knew he would just like gamble it away, I think.
And also
He has a
she
gambling
had a
problem.
feeling that she was gonna get caught at some point. So the fewer people knew, the better.
Yeah. All right, Katie, what about you?
I like this chapter. I really like this chapter. I like the fight scene. Oh, I don't know if we're talking about that yet.
Yeah, go ahead.
That's
Just chapter
Go ahead.
3. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
No, I really like the fight scene. I thought it showed that she's like kind of like a badass and like super cool and trained, and I like that. I like it was very quintessential older sister, stupid brother doing things he's not supposed to do. But no, I liked how she stood up for him, and kind of like ran him off, and I don't know. I felt like it was very quintessential to her character, the whole chapter.
Yep, I agree. This is definitely a big character building moment for
Character building
Cirrus.
moment.
Yeah.
I definitely liked Katie. Just I'm the same as you. Like the fight scenes, I love fight scenes and how they're written in books and stuff like that. And like it's either it's good or it's bad, and this was
Mhm.
definitely really good. And it's just, like we're chapter 3, and we've got tons of action going on already.
Yeah.
I love it. So, anything else to add, Jess, Carla,
Nope.
Katie?
No.
Nope.
Okay,
That's it.
all right. So obviously she does get turned in, whatever, captured. After taking down like what 3 or 4
Yeah, she took down
guards
at
or
least
something
3
like
or 4. So they take her
that.
to the palace.
Yep. And then she gets imprisoned. So chapter 4. She's been in the dungeon, she doesn't know how long, and then Captain Heron comes to get her and bring her to speak with Queen Madra.
Madra, something like
Madra.
that.
I try every
Ooh,
single time. I can never get it right. But anyway, so basically she's gonna have an audience with the queen. She's like, okay, it's kind of weird. Like, does every thief get an audience with the queen, basically? And I just wanted to like just on the way there, like some of the conversations that they were having is that she's telling Heron about these 6 ounces of water a day ration they get in the third, and it's only filtered by a gate.
great. Yeah.
Disgusting. And I am such a big water drinker that I cannot even imagine.
No.
Absolutely not.
No.
um and then I did have one quote here. It was when they were talking, and then they're walking into this place, and then he says it used to be a hall of mirrors, but that was a long time ago, dot dot dot, and then they like move on with the conversation. And I only brought this up because this is one of the things that I highlighted the first time in my Kindle, the first time I read this. And then we have another one when the queen comes in later, but it was it's like one of the first things that Queen Madra says to her is, quote, "It was the Fae, wasn't it? They've found a way through. They've come for me at last." And again, this is just one of the things that I highlighted the first time around, so I thought I'd bring it up since this is your guys' first time read. So yeah, what did you guys think about this chapter 4, this talking with Captain Heron and meeting with our Queen Madra? Carla,
Well,
you go
I
first.
feel like there's 2 big hints in this chapter. Um, First, at some point, she mentions how the queen is very, very old.
Yes.
But she also says she's human. So obviously she's not human if she's like 1,000 years old or however she says. And the other thing is they go through the Hall of Mirrors that doesn't have any mirrors. So there has to be something about the magic mirrors that are no longer on the walls.
It's interesting. I read this twice. I have not picked up on the magic mirror part in the hallways.
See, I thought it was the Hall of Mirrors is where they went, where this next couple chapters is happening. That's where I thought this was. I didn't think it was somewhere they went through,
Possibly.
but
I
I
don't
could
know.
be
I
wrong.
like Carla's train of thought though. Like
Mhm.
she's human. Okay, so let's think Snow White, right? I mean,
Of course.
you've got the queen in Snow White that always stays young and beautiful, and she's got her magic mirror. I don't know if I'm on the right track here, but I didn't pick up the mirror thing. Not once or twice. My reading.
So now Jess is spinning.
Okay. Continue your guys' thoughts. I don't have like a
Yeah.
good concluding thought to what my previous thought was here. I'm just saying things. So you guys go.
Carly, you go ahead. What, you got anything else?
I think those were the two big things
Yeah,
that
I
really
definitely
stuck out
didn't
to
pick
me.
up on the mirrors.
Okay, I wasn't the only one.
Okay. I knew about the Hall of Mirrors because like I said, I remember quoting it or highlighting it the first time around. So, all right, Katie,
I
what do you think?
I like the conversation that she had with Heron as she
Mhm.
was walking over, and it seemed like he didn't fully understand what was happening.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like he's very like indoctrinated to believe what he's told. And like he did seem like very thrown off when she was like telling him about these things. And like
Yeah.
almost like sympathetic, or like he wanted to be sympathetic. He seemed very torn. Um so I thought that was interesting. Um yeah, the queen being alive for 1,000 years, interesting, but
Mhm.
I kind of figured, I don't, like maybe she was like part Fae or something the first time, but yeah,
The
I
queen
don't
or
think
Saris? Who are you speaking of?
the queen.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
I don't know if I still think that. I don't know what her deal is, but yeah.
We just have to smile and nod. We can't say anything.
It's just yeah. Yeah.
I'm really glad that like we turned our video off for this
I
conversation
was
so
just
you
gonna
guys
say
can't see
that
our
too.
faces.
I'm scared.
You should be anyway.
Oh, okay.
Or maybe you shouldn't be. I don't know.
My camera just doesn't work, so I
Fair
have no idea
enough.
if I did it by choice or accident.
All right. Let's move on to chapter 5 then. Um, so this is kind of basically where the queen is just like, screw it. Heron, make her sing. I'm done with her. I'm going to then basically wipe out the entire third ward.
Yeah.
So she's having this fight scene with Heron, which he at first seems very like, I'm going to help you through this. Like, we're just gonna make these a couple nice and easy. You're gonna sing, you're gonna scream and stuff like that for the queen so that she can hear you. And then I'll end you quickly so that way it's a little bit better on you. And I was like, dude, that's weird. Like, that
It
was a
was
weird
weird. It was
way.
like he was kind of trying
It
to
was
be
a
nice
weird
in
way
the
to be nice.
meanest way possible, but he was trying.
Yeah. I definitely thought at first like he was just gonna try to get her out or something like that. Like maybe he was with a rebellion or something like that. That was like
Mm-hmm.
kind of one of the first notes that I like
Mm-hmm.
originally took, was like, oh yeah, this is some dude leading a rebellion and he's gonna get her out. He's not really gonna hurt her. Joke was
Yeah.
on me.
No.
Okay. But yeah, so what did you think of chapter 5? So basically, in theory, this fight scene with Heron. I guess if we're gonna call it a fight scene.
Yeah, basically. Turns into it.
Yeah, I don't really have much to add to that.
Okay. Katie.
I liked it. I like that she was like, "Well, if you're gonna kill me, I'm gonna kill you," because
Yeah.
that seems fair to me. Fair's fair.
Fair.
I liked it. I like that it shows that she's. I mean, we kind of already see that she's spunky. She doesn't go down without a fight, and I
Yeah.
like that stayed true. And she started doing her like metal bending thing more. I think this is like the first time she like truly used it besides the gauntlet and her just mentioning that it's happened.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought that was pretty cool. Is this where, oh yeah, this is where Kingfisher shows up. We don't know he's
We don't know
Kingfisher
he's
yet.
Kingfisher yet.
Yeah, I was reading that part. I was like, I bet this is the dude on the cover. Um, but
Hopefully.
hopefully, but
We don't know.
yeah, I I liked it. I liked this chapter. I thought it was good.
Yeah. So yes, like we said, she fights off with Heron, and then she's basically dying and whatever.
Oh,
And so
yeah.
she's trying to get to this sword that she remembered seeing, right? And so she's trying to go to the sword to basically fight Heron the best she
This
can.
sword is like in a stone. Basically, it's like
No,
shoved down into the ground, basically.
yeah, shoved down into the ground. Yeah.
Yeah, the ground something. It's not just like laying there.
Yeah. And so when she goes to go pull the sword, like obviously she's dying at this moment, like she's bleeding out and stuff like that. And so
Mhm.
she goes and lifts the sword, and all of a sudden it gets like liquidy around her, and it's the QuickSilver pool.
Mhm.
And then she's like basically passing out, and she says, "Here comes death," or whatever, like that. And she says something about how death is hot, and I was like,
But why
death
wouldn't he
is
be?
pretty damn
Because
hot.
he's got to lure you into his grasp, kind of thing. Yeah. Yeah.
Death is
Also,
hot.
I think it's important to mention that when she does her metal liquefying bending thing with the
Oh, yeah.
sword in Heron, um, it's not on purpose. She's not like purposefully summoning it. It's like
Mhm.
accidentally. She doesn't even know exactly what happened. She's like, what the hell is going on right now?
Yeah.
That's
Um,
right.
mhm.
Yeah, she
Yeah.
doesn't even know she's doing this.
Right.
Yeah. Yep. All right. Anybody have anything? Or are we going to move on to chapter 6? Because Hottie Patati Death has walked in, and we need to know what
Mhm.
happens.
Hold on.
Yeah.
All right, chapter 6. So she doesn't obviously wake up right away. She's kind of having some like in between consciousness, black screen thoughts, right? And then she's waking up, and we have Everlane there.
Mhm.
And then she's just like asking a bunch of different questions and kind of trying to figure things out. And then she asks about who the man was or whatever that came to get her or something like that. And Everlane's like, the male.
Male, not man.
The
Get it
male,
right.
not man. It's male. Okay. So she's asking Everlane about stuff, and she's like, um, how did Death know to come for me or something like that? And she said, Everlane tells her that the sword was calling him.
Mhm.
So I thought that was interesting. And then does anybody else have any thoughts about this just first conversation with Everlane?
I yeah, I thought it was interesting. I thought Everlane was very sweet. I liked Everlane. Um she seemed to like I feel like she was just like so excited and
Giving her a
but
lot of info dump.
She wasn't really
yeah.
forthcoming with details.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
she's just
like
like, oh, we're Fae, don't you know? You're like,
She assumed that Saris knew a lot more than she did.
yeah.
she definitely did. And like the whole thing with the like, can I see your teeth? And she was all like scandalized.
Yeah.
But yeah, I thought it was interesting.
Yeah. Carla, what do you think about Everlane and meeting Everlane to begin with?
Yeah, I really like Everlane. This was my Santa Claus movie chapter where she like wakes up, she has no idea where she is. There's these Fae things, which I don't even understand Fae. I don't know what a Fae is, but apparently it's whatever these things are. They must be humanish looking. I don't know. Um, and eventually, it's not in this chapter, I think it's later. She's like, yeah, I am 5 gazillion years old, just like Judy from the Santa Claus. And she's
She's
taking care of her. And so, yep. Hey, Judy.
1,600 something.
Mm-hmm.
600, 6 billion. What's the
You
difference?
know, what's the difference? But back to Carla's thought, Judy from the Santa Claus,
Yes.
100%.
Yes,
Like,
right?
I didn't think that until
I didn't
Carla
either.
said it, and I seen it in the notes, and I was like, oh my gosh, that makes sense. Like
Yep.
she's just like, hi, I'm this person. Let's go do this. I'm gonna dress you up in dresses. Do you want some hot
So
cocoa?
Everlane. Mhm.
Oh, the dresses. Why are we wearing dresses? Like, and like
She exactly.
pounds of fabric dresses. Like, no thank
If someone dressed me up in big fabric dresses every day, I'd be like, nice. I'd vibe
Nice.
so hard. I'm a pretty princess. Look at me.
We
Oh.
should all go to like one of them like dress up places where you go like dress up in like fantasy dresses or whatever, and you're gonna
Oh,
try them on,
goodness.
gonna run around in them.
Oh my
Let's
goodness.
try
I
it.
took my
Let's
Girl
do it.
Scouts to one of those. They had like makeup and hair, the whole 9
You
yards.
did.
Yeah, let's do it.
We used to go to the Civil War ball every year, which was like a huge homeschool thing. And
Aw.
we did like the hoop skirts and the big dresses. You could rent the hoop skirts, like the whole 9 yards. Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Oh, I love it.
that'd be
I'd
fun
I
love
too.
thought
to
it was
wear a
super
hoop skirt.
fun. I loved it. My sister loved it. Joseph thought it was the dumbest thing on earth.
I
It was
love
too
Joe.
You wear a
homeschooly
hoop
for
skirt.
him.
All right. So let's keep moving on.
Back on track.
Yes. So, so we also have our next new character comes in. His name is Renfis. And he comes in to get the pendant or the necklace back from Saris that she realizes she's wearing. I think she does remember him placing it over her
Mhm.
when she's dying. But he's coming to come get this. And he just keeps saying like he needs it. Like he's talking mostly to Everlyn, but he's like he needs it. Like he's not doing well or whatever. And um and has mentions how it's been 10 days or something like that. And she's like, whoa, I've been out for 10 days. Like she's just like mind boggled by this. And then I just wanted to mention because I did mostly the audio for this. I read it with my eyeballs the first time. I plan to do a lot more like immersion reading with this one. But then when Renfis comes in and the dude gives him a Scottish accent,
Mm-hmm.
for whatever reason, that threw me all the way to the other side of the room. I was like, what is this? Who is this? And I didn't see this coming like at all. And it just, I don't know, but it just threw me off.
Like threw you in a good way or a bad way? Like you liked it or
I
not?
don't know. I don't think I like it, but it's just not what I was
Oh, I
expecting.
loved it. I loved it. I didn't
It's
expect it either. I loved it.
it's like I was expecting a purple cat and got a blue dog. I don't know. Like, does that make any sense?
Yeah, sure.
So let's move on to chapter 7. So, for whatever reason, we've decided that we are going along with whatever this Everlyn says. And she's like, we have got to go to, like, it's almost time for court or whatever for my father, the king, to hold court. And we have to go. She's like, okay, whatever. So she takes this hot bath and she just is like mind boggled by the fact that like there's this whole entire tub of hot water and she's going to use it all, and like she's never got to like wash her hair and stuff like this before. And
Mm-hmm.
this is just crazy, but that kind of also just gives you like a big like, oh wow, like it really had to stick to that 6 ounces of water a day, which is wild.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, so they get her all cleaned up and then they go into the throne room. um they do pass some statues of the gods and she kind of explains it very, very, very little, but they don't really have time. But then they go into the throne room, like I said, and then over the dais is hanging this like massive dragon head essentially. um and then, so do you guys have more on this for chapter 7?
Yeah, I didn't even notice the dragon head at all, which is sad because I think dragons are cool. So I saw that in your notes and I was like, I totally missed that.
It's like a quick, it's another one. It's only like maybe 2 sentences or something like that. And I
Mhm.
guess this was like the last dragon, supposedly.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I totally missed over that whole part, which is just sad.
Uh-huh.
I thought the dragon was cool. I thought that the gods were interesting. Yeah, I want to know what happened to the rest of the dragons. I want to know what other like magical creatures exist in this world. So I was intrigued.
Mhm.
I feel like these gods are going to come back and they're going to be important at some point, but I really didn't pay much attention to them.
I
God
also
watch.
I agree with that.
Yep. God watch.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Okay. So basically she has this, let's call it a viewing with the king, because I can't think of the word I want to use. But the king is basically like, okay, well, you're gonna have to stay here, and basically study in the libraries and learn how to be part of this court and stuff like that. And so they do that, and then they're kind of like shoved off to the side, right? And then we have some noise going on, and death has been brought into the in front of the dais, right? So what do you guys think about that?
I thought it was interesting, yeah, because he's like going all crazy. I did not like the king. I know I was disappointed by the king because I thought the Fae would be like chill for some reason. Because she was like just with this queen who was like evil. So I was like, oh, this king will be like chill. This will be like a chill guy to like balance it out. And he also kind of sucked. Not as much as the queen, I don't think, but I wasn't liking him. So I was disappointed because I thought this would be like a good king situation. And I it wasn't.
Yeah, I wasn't super impressed with the king either. I don't know if I thought he was going to be a good guy or I don't know. I was more impressed with this woman sitting behind him who seems to have some sort of control over him, maybe.
Ooh, okay.
I
So
don't know.
that
I feel like she'll
was,
be important.
yes. So that would be Malway, and she is the oracle. I guess I would call it an oracle. Yes, and she also so King Belagon is who we're talking about here, and he's going to basically kill Kingfisher because he has escaped from wherever he's been held for however long. I don't know if it says it in this chapter, so I'm not trying to say it. And the king's basically going to kill him or whatever, and like they're trying to stop it. And Everlyn says something to the effect of, Malway, if you ever cared for my mother at all, you will stop this right now, or something like that. And then that's when Malway, this like oracle lady, she's like, I need to see a sword. The sword is calling to me, or something like that, like speaking to me or whatever. And like she's saying that she's having this vision about the prophecy and stuff like that. And so that kind of what gets this to stop, so that the king doesn't kill Kingfisher. And then Renfis kind of gets involved in this, and he's saying about how he should that they should have Kingfisher serve like at the front lines of this war that has apparently been going on for a very long time. That he should put Kingfisher at the front lines, and then that way that would be he'll either be helpful, or he'll die his own death, but at least he'll be helpful instead of like killing him right here in front of all these people, kind of thing. And so that's what ends up happening is he has a week here to recover and to become himself again, and then he will be sent back to the front lines. So that's kind of what's that conversation with like Malway and the king and Kingfisher and Renfis, and that's how they all get stuck here for a week.
Okay, so chapter 8. So they left the throne room, and they're, I guess we kind of jump forward. Okay, remind me though, like, I don't know if this is the previous chapter or this chapter where they meet up with Kingfisher in the hallway. Like
Okay, so this is,
Everlane, Renfis, and Kingfisher
yeah, so
meet
this
up
is
in the
right after
hallway.
that. They get
Yeah.
yeah. So they
And
basically
so,
dismiss Kingfisher
yeah,
and Renfis and whatever. And then so the girls run out, and then
right.
that's when they're like meeting him in the hallway and whatever.
Yep. Yep. So
Um
that's like her first like face-to-face meeting with him.
and this
And
is when
he's
he
not
gets
doing
the
real
pendant
good.
just put back on him.
Yep, he had just gotten it put back on him. Anyway, so now I think this might be the next day, and they're they're going to the library because the king does say in the previous chapter that in Sirius's like having to stay, the reason for her having to stay is he does mention that like she's the only one that can talk to the silver, like reawaken it, because that's like their goal, right?
Yeah.
And so that's why she's stuck, why she's valuable, why they want her. So she's got a week to work with Kingfisher to
Learn how to open
figure
the
out the
pools.
QuickSilver. Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yep. And so the goal now is they're going to go to the library and they're going to start learning, reading books and learning about whatever she can learn about to help her on this process of trying to figure out how to open up the QuickSilver and control it and all that kind of stuff. So they go to the library and we've got another new character here. And so we meet Rosarius, the librarian. He's this old guy and he loves his books. He's very protective of his books. No snacks in the library. He's awesome. So I'll let you guys go ahead. Carla, do you have anything on the library, Rosarius, anything going on right now?
So I was just saying that I really like Rosarius. I think him and Everlane have either had something going on in the past or they have like a relationship now. I don't know. There seems to be something going on between those two. But
The
yeah.
old librarian?
Yeah.
You think like romantically or
Yes.
really?
You
Okay,
crazy
just
for
me.
that.
He makes me think like Rumpelstiltskin, and she's over here like knight in shining armor.
He's literally he's like a crazy old man. I feel like
Well, it did. Okay, they seem okay. I'm out here on an island.
I mean, if you want to ship them, you can put them on the love boat. That's fine.
We like our islands. It's all good. There
Yeah,
is nothing off
Well,
limits.
she's
here.
however you
also
want your
1,000 years old,
island
so
is
it's fine.
Whatever you want on your island is fine. As long as it's consensual. That is our only rules.
Oh my goodness.
Okay.
Katie.
What do you
definitely
We're
don't
on
think
Love
that.
Island.
I
Katie, what did you think?
I'm kind of thrown. I don't even remember what I think now.
This is how I felt when what Brimfist comes out with a Scottish accent. I
Oh my
didn't know
gosh.
what to think.
When Fitz comes out with Mom, what's Everlane and serious to be like, no, I like him. He's sweet. He reminds me of like a sweet. Oh, Mom, your Disney movies. He reminds me of Belle's dad.
Okay.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
I knew it was somebody. He kind of looks like a frog in my head, so coming up with
I like that too.
But okay.
Oh my
man.
goodness. Okay, let's go on to chapter 9. Let's go on to chapter 9. So Kingfisher, I believe, is taking her into the forge for the first time. And he's like, we need to start working on this or whatever. We only have a week. And so they're walking through the hallway. And I just thought it was interesting because, like I said, God's Watch, because I like to see kind of how this plays in fantasy books. Because like sometimes the gods are important and sometimes they're not. And so I just thought it was interesting that like while other people like Everlane and stuff like that are like touching their feet and stuff like that of the statues and stuff, Kingfisher just flips them all off and keeps walking.
Yep.
And so that kind of gives you a clue of like how he feels about something. He's got big boy feelings. And so yeah, they're headed in that way. And during this, he's been calling her Osha or Oshalith a couple of times. And so she finally is like, what does that mean? Like, why do you keep calling me that? And that is they're basically like blue butterflies that hatch, live, and die all in the same day. And they don't do very well in the cold, which is fitting since she's from the desert and, you know, just a delicate little beautiful butterfly, which I thought was cute in a weird way. But so they get to the forge or whatever, and it's like it's a disaster, hasn't been used in whoever knows how long. and they're cleaning it all by hand. And Kingfisher basically says that he does have magic, but they can't be used for just silly little things. It's sacred or whatever.
Right.
And then, so do you guys have anything about so far about anything like this?
Yeah, I definitely thought it was interesting how he was flipping off all the statues. I thought it was like very in character for him, but also
In
like
character?
clearly he has, I don't like,
Yeah.
he's very flippant. But clearly like I feel like something happened
Yeah.
that I really like how he's like straightforward and very he's very clear when he answers her questions and isn't like super secretive because he messes with her a lot, but like he's not he's very upfront. And I feel like in fantasy books they're usually like very secretive about stuff, like literally
Yes.
everything.
Mhm.
So I kind of like that.
What
Me
I liked
too.
about him, what I thought was funny about him was he's like totally open to answering any question because he does mention like Faye can't lie. Right? We can't lie, we can skirt the truth, we can, just avoid the truth, but we can't straight up lie. But he keeps telling her like you've got to ask the right questions. If you ask a question worth answering, I will give you a straightforward answer. Otherwise, I'm going to skirt the truth. But he is very straightforward, but she's got to ask the right questions though.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that part. I kind of like towards the end of this chapter when we're finally we're going to talk about how she's talking to Metal, because the rest of the book she's been like, yeah, I talked to this gauntlet and I talked, like it's just a normal thing that this Metal is calling her. Seems odd, and so I like that we're finally addressing that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So is it in this chapter
It's at the
that he has
very
her
end of this
hold?
chapter when he asks her, what does he ask her? Have you ever channeled a metal's energy before? And I narrowed my eyes at him, and insides twisting. What do you mean? If you had done it, you wouldn't need to ask. You'd already know. And then she thinks about the gauntlet and all the other things and
Um,
that she's talked about already in the book.
yeah.
So
I think for me, this was the first part where I kind of started to understand more what her purpose is, what's she doing, why is she there, what's special about her.
True.
That this is the part where I started to like kind of understand her purpose more.
Yeah. Let's see. So I also had he kind of tells her a little bit more about like the Quicksilver and stuff like that, and about how there's still some left in him.
Mm-hmm.
And it's in his eye. And it kind of like speaks to him too, and it is like slowly causes him to slip into madness. Um and that's why he has to keep that like necklace on him to keep that Quicksilver from causing him to go crazy or whatever. um and so I thought that was like important or whatever. Okay, so chapter 10. I know there's not a lot of notes for this one, but this was kind of like back in the library the next morning. We're doing some research projects, and we find out that there's three different types of alchemists: Fae who sought to discover a path to immortality, Fae who sought to invent using various sorts of metals and ores, which is what they believe Sirius to be, and Fae who sought to cure illness and disease. So figured that out. And then they also have kind of in their research decided that that when one pool of Quicksilver is activated, all pools everywhere are activated, leading to that there are more pools. And I don't think it's right here, but at some point she does learn that the biggest pool is under the castle that they are in right now.
Yep.
Um, and then so this is when they go back to the forge later, and she's in there with Kingfisher, and he basically makes her hold the Quicksilver in her hand to try to get her to like activate it and get it to listen to her or whatever and stuff like that. And it like hurts and it burns her or whatever and stuff like that. and then she punches him. Did you guys have anything else for that?
I don't know that he needed to be punched right then and there, but I feel like he should be punched more.
Kingfisher?
Attitude adjustment. Yeah.
I mean, hitting my husband is my love language, but like, it's cool. It's fine. It's consensual. What happens on my Love Island happens on my Love Island. Don't worry
It's
about
called
it.
random acts of violence. That's what we say Luke's love
Yes.
language is. My youngest son.
Random acts of
random acts
violence.
of violence. That's his love language. Yes.
I like it.
Yeah, you know what? If someone like just randomly put this like painful thing in my hand and was like, figure it out, I punch him too. So
Yeah, and he's asking her like, what is it saying? Or something. She's like, it's talking to me or whatever. And he's like, what is it saying? And she says it's Anarath Moore. Did you guys have any thoughts on any of that?
it's definitely important. And she does like keep remembering it. And I kinda yeah, I don't know. I
It's
know
not
it's
her
important.
remembering it. It's
Or
the
the
Quicksilver
thing
speaking
saying
to
it.
her. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I just meant like later. I guess that's not
Oh,
in
okay.
this chapter. Like she just like it sticks with her.
Yeah.
So I can tell it's important. I just don't know what it is. Like I don't have any ideas about what it could be yet.
All right. Chapter 11. So this is like the next morning, and she's having breakfast or whatever. I can't remember if Everlynn's in there with her or not.
Nope,
But she's having
Everlynn's not there or not. She's by herself.
Okay.
She hears a knock on the door and she thinks, oh my God, is Everlynn bringing me more food? Like, does she realize how small my stomach is? I came from a place where I don't eat a lot. And
Right.
they keep bringing me food. And then she hears a knock on a door thinking it's Everlynn and it's Kingfisher. And he is bringing food. But I don't know if you
Okay.
want to continue.
No, you're good.
Sorry.
And I just thought it was funny that like he still has a split lip and stuff like that. So apparently, like he's not like, I don't know, like some of these fantasy books, you know how they're like, oh, this magical person was healed within moments of having a mortally
I kept
wound
thinking
or
that
whatever.
too.
So I thought that was interesting. That he still has a split lip and he's playing the look what you did to me game, but I like it. Oh,
He's
I like
also
it.
very hungover. Very
He's also
hungover.
very hungover because they
We
went
have
out
to
to
hear
what do they
about
call
that
it? The
like
fat
5
pig.
times.
The fat pig.
Yeah.
So it's the funniest name for a bar, and
Yeah.
I of course I can't remember it, but yes, and he keeps saying I'm hungover, I'm hungover, I'm
Like,
hungover,
stop
whatever.
talking so loud. Quit yelling. I'm so
Uh-huh.
hungover.
Uh-huh. Okay, cool. So what did you guys have any thoughts about this?
Not too many. We did I think I haven't there was like some point where Everlane like said more stuff about like their ages and stuff. And Saris was all surprised. And I was surprised that she was surprised because I feel like there were many instances where they like hinted at their ages. And she was like, you're that old? And I was like, yeah. And then she talks more about like Kingfisher's mom and her dad, and we learn why he doesn't really like Kingfisher that much, which doesn't really make the king look much better than he was before at all. Um, but yeah, it felt like more just like learning about the world and stuff.
Yeah.
And this is the chapter where we learn that Kingfisher and Everlane are half siblings.
Yeah, that's a little bit later in the library, but like before they go to the
Yeah.
library, when it's just her and Kingfisher or whatever, kind of like
Yes,
me and Katie
in
were
the
talking
room.
about earlier, how we like about how he's just kind of very like straight up. I can't remember how this conversation started, but Kingfisher is telling Saris about his dad or whatever, and how his dad was accused of stealing the Quicksilver more or less when he went on a mission to Zelvarian, which is where Saris came from, and he never returned. And that's when the Quicksilver pools stopped working. And that's why the sword was there or something like that. And so then that's when we kind of go to the library, and like Katie was saying, we get all that extra lore, and then we learn about all the different pools and their different locations. And like I said earlier, but there's one at the bottom of this winter palace. So, and then I know Carla, what did you think about this chapter? Did you have any notes for this?
My biggest takeaway from this chapter is that she's finally asking for pants, and she's like over the whole dresses, and she's asking Kingfisher like what I was wearing when you found me. I wasn't wearing these dresses, and she obviously wants to be able to like fight her way, out of this situation.
Mm-hmm.
So, oh, about yes, because I'm still obsessed with the mirrors. I wonder if the mirrors are connected to the pools because you have like a reflection, and if there's some sort of like portal
Oh, yeah.
to
Okay.
get like from one place to the other. I don't know. We'll see.
That's a good thought.
Mm-hmm.
I like it. Do you have anything else, Jess?
I'm just, I'm the love expert over here. Maybe not expert, but like, I'm just gonna point out that I think that this is she's like, of course, here and then been like, oh yeah, he's a good looking guy, whatever. But this is the chapter where she's like, I don't know, watching him eat or something, and she's like,
Oh yes, this is at breakfast. This is at breakfast that morning.
And then I'm sorry, both times reading it, I thought this was hilarious where he's like, yeah, so we have really heightened sense of smell and senses and stuff, and I can totally feel what's going on with you right now. This is the first chapter where she's like, yeah, I'm really attracted to this guy. So I'm just gonna throw that out there.
That split lip.
Throw that out there.
Yes, and then like Everlane comes in or something, and she goes, and she
Why does it
blames
smell like a brothel?
Kingfisher. She's like, why does it smell like a brothel or sex or something like that?
Yeah.
And but Kingfisher's like, oh, I was having dirty thoughts or whatever, knowing that it was serious. So he took the fall for her again.
Well, and the fact that he'd been like out drinking and stuff like that, she's like, dude, can you like take a bath before you come home, please? Because you smell like a brothel. And he's like, oh yeah, my bad. He took the fall for her in a way because it was totally Sarah's.
Yeah, exactly.
So sorry guys, I had to throw that in there.
No, figure it out.
Because in my mind that is important later.
It could be, yeah.
The pools are cool and all that stuff, but
the pools are the plot, man. Plot. Okay. Chapter 12. So we just have 2 more chapters for tonight. So this is another day or another afternoon in the forge. What do you guys think about day? I don't know. Let's pretend it's day 3. Carla, why don't you go first?
I take it you like my notes. Okay,
I do.
So finally we have like something interesting happening. We have a cute little fox, and so she gets attacked by this creature. She doesn't know what it is, which like who doesn't know what a fox is? I guess there's some foxes in the desert, but whatever. And you can just tell he's like so adorable from the get-go. And we were listening to this part in the car, and I was like, I want him to be like a little Abu and like follow her around and be her friend. I didn't actually think it was gonna
really stuck on this Aladdin thing.
She is. They're now in the Winter Palace, but we're still in Aladdin.
I love it.
Yeah, we're past the Santa Claus. We're back to Aladdin. So anyway, but yes, I'm like super excited about the fox. There's another scene that ties back to the car ride that I will expand on later.
Oh yeah, okay. So Katie, what did you think about the fox? Because I need to know.
I love the fox. I was so excited about the fox, like mother, like daughter. I love the fox. I'm so excited for her to have a little pet. I was really mad at Kingfisher about it to kill the fox. I was like, yeah, Yeah, she's gonna be like a little Disney princess with her fox, and I'm really excited about it. And if anything happens to the fox, I'll be really upset.
Don't you dare even mention anything happening to the fox.
All right. So then some things happen. And Katie, what was your note on these things happening? Because I want you to read yours first because it was hilarious.
Oh, oh, hang on, let me read my notes and see what I. Oh, I was kind of. I don't know if she says what her goal was when she was doing these things because I didn't catch it until the next chapter.
Okay.
Maybe I just wasn't paying attention
See,
and
I
she actually
don't,
does say it.
she doesn't say it, I don't think, until either the very end or the very beginning of the next chapter of like what she's doing, but she's making it very obvious that she's trying to do something like in her thoughts.
See,
Um,
I think I was just like speed reading, like because I was
could
like,
have
oh
been.
no, my mom's reading this.
My mom's reading this. Well, okay. Well, let's find out what your mom thought of it because her note is also hilarious.
Okay, so yeah, so we're like going 80 down I-80, and I'm driving, and all of a sudden it's just like we're listening to the book, the last few chapters, because I hadn't finished it yet, and it goes from like, I don't know, like a normal speed that a normal human person can listen to, and then it's like Mach 30, and I'm like, oh crap, I'm having a stroke while I'm driving down the highway. And I
So
realized,
hold
no,
on,
it's
let
a
me
naughty scene, and
explain
there are two little
myself.
boys in the back.
Yes, my two children were in
Leslie.
the back and we were listening to it in the car. And so I was like, hold on, I'll just have to like either let you listen to this later or like I have to tell you what happens because I can't tell you what happens or my children cannot hear this. Like I do not need questions later because it is a very long car ride and my kids do not care. They will ask anytime and anywhere. So
So
so I
I
did. I
actually
turned it up
thought,
to like max speed to like get through kind of what was happening.
I actually thought it was a more graphic scene than apparently it was, but I had this conversation with Katie on the phone um, earlier this evening, and I found out it wasn't actually,
It wasn't that bad,
it
Mm-mm.
but
wasn't as
my kids
bad
were
as I was led
listening.
to believe.
My kids were listening, and I have little ones still, so it was not going to happen on my watch. Okay.
But I did get she's like, she stole the ring. I was like, okay,
Yep.
cool.
Yep. So
Yeah.
basically, go ahead, Katie.
Oh, I was just gonna say, like at the time, I was like, girl, why are you just like shaking out with him right now? And then later, I was like, okay, I see you. And yeah, I think in my notes, yeah, I called her a girl boss because she was a girl boss for that.
So basically, she's just like she's pissed off about like the dresses and stuff like that. And so Kingfisher like snaps his fingers and then like poof, magical new outfit, right? Okay. And then he's talking about how he wants her to make him more relics, like the pendant he wears. And then they had also said something about the ring or whatever. Or I think Everlyn had picked up
The
like,
ring thing happened because we kind of skipped over that. I'll just throw this in there real quick.
yeah,
The ring thing happened, it was back a few chapters because Everlane was asking
yeah,
him
if he had
like
his
what
ring on or
happened? How
something.
did that go? Like how did you make it without the pendant? And he taps his finger and he's like, I still had the ring. And she's
Mhm.
like, "Oh, okay." So they're, believe that he has to have this quicksilver inside him and all that kind of stuff is so strong that he has to have the pendant and the ring in
Yeah,
order to make it.
yeah,
So, yeah. Yeah. Okay, so go ahead.
yeah. So Kingfisher is telling her about how he wants Sirius to make him more relics, not for the king, for him.
Hmm.
Um, and so they can use them to travel through the Quicksilver or whatever.
Hmm.
And so she's kind of like, she's got this plan formulated because now she knows that there's a pool down somewhere in this castle where she is. She wants to get back to her brother. Like she's making a thesis statement. We don't have one yet,
Yep.
but we're making one. Okay.
Yep.
And so she knows that she has to get one of these relics to be able to make it through the Quicksilver. And so what she's doing is she's like, can I like hold the necklace so I can kind of like feel what it would be like, and if it speaks to me so I would know how to make another one or whatever. And he goes, well, it's not leaving my neck or whatever. And so that's when she's like, okay, I have this idea. I'm gonna kind of crawl up in his lap or whatever and use this as a distraction, more or less, so that she can steal the ring. And that's when she steals the ring from him, is while she's
Okay, but
having
can we
having a
just say
game.
that it was not just a distraction? She was definitely feeling some
She was
some
definitely feeling
feelings.
some
She had
stuff.
some feelings going on there too. It
It
wasn't
wasn't her
all
original thing.
like, no, no. I'm just gonna throw that out there, guys. Okay, we can't skip over that, people.
Chapter 13, our last chapter of the evening. So she is, you know what? No, Katie, you go first. You tell us. What do you think here?
What's going on?
What's going on here?
She's like running to the QuickSilver to basically she's gonna go back to find her brother, which is like the dumbest decision ever because like she knows what happens. Like even with the ring, I feel like I'd be like, oh, I'm not prepared yet to go and be doing all that.
The
But
QuickSilver scares the crap out of me. Like,
I
Oh, yeah.
know
yeah.
it's so intense. And
Mhm.
she's like, nah, I'm good. And I'm like, I don't think you're good. But yeah, and it's calling to her, and she almost goes into it, and
Well, like, hold on first though. So like
okay.
she's running the stairs. She doesn't know where it is, but she does. She hears it calling her or whatever. And then like she decided to like pack up some supplies in this little like backpack or whatever, but they're like basically useless supplies. But she also put the fox in the backpack, and the fox is just like jiggling around in the back. And I don't know why, but this part just had me cackling. Just thinking about a little fox just sitting in a bag, like, I don't want to be in here, but I don't want to be left to be fur either. So
Yeah, she literally tells him that, like, dude, you need to chill because it's either this or I leave you back there with him and he'll kill you. So,
right.
and then he chills.
But then go
No, I
ahead,
think
Katie. So then she finds the pool.
she finds the pool. Again, it's like beckoning her. It's being like, you'll be fine. Just come on
Yeah, it
in.
is. It's like singing to her. Yeah.
And it like kind of makes her forget where where she even wants to go,
Yeah.
which I thought is interesting. It's like she doesn't even know where she wants to be, but she
It's
knows she
like
would.
makes me think of like the sirens.
Yeah.
Yeah. Kind of, yeah, calling you to your death kind of thing. Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Because the point of the QuickSilver is like, if you get to it, Kingfisher shared with her that all you have to do is think of where you want to go.
Yep.
Hmm.
And you step in and it takes you there. Which didn't work out for some of the alchemists because they would think like, oh, I want, I don't know, whatever metal or mineral or whatever, and they end up like on the sun or something. But yes, the point of the Quicksilver is you think of where you want to go, step in, and you go there. And she couldn't
Yeah.
remember. So, sorry, go ahead, Katie.
No, yeah, I did think that was interesting. And then, yeah, she's about to go in. Kingfisher like tackles her, because she figures out what she was doing. He figures out what she was doing, and is mad she stole the ring. And she's like, okay, well, I need to get home. And so he makes a blood oath with her that if he goes and gets her brother, she'll stay and help him make the relics and everything. And she agrees. He goes to get her brother, and he comes back with not her brother.
Yeah, well, hold on first. So yeah.
Okay, I'm
So
holding.
so first he has this sword, which is a special sword. It's like a shadowy, like there's shadows coming off of it and stuff like that that I cannot
Nimeral.
Nimeral. And so this is like first time we see this special sword or whatever. And that's what cuts her at first, and like how it burns and stuff like that.
She just goes to touch it and it burns
Yeah.
her. It doesn't
Yeah.
actually cut her. Yeah.
And so, but that is also what they use to like make the blood oath or whatever.
Also, this is where he tells her, like, you are dumb. The ring
Yeah.
is not a relic. Like, I've led everyone to believe it, but that's not a relic.
Yep. It's not a relic.
So
It's not special.
you step into that
Um,
pool with that ring and you're going to be toast.
Yep. And so he says that he'll go. So he tells her that once he's gonna go in and she needs to close the portal and or close the QuickSilver. I keep calling it a portal. She needs to close it. She needs to wait 1 hour and then open it back up. And so she does just that. He takes off, she closes it. But at some point, this is the foxes run off because she's like, screw it. If you're just gonna be a hassle, then go run, be free. And then like she thinks about it. She's like, he's used to like the winter and stuff like that. Like he's
Before
not, what
she
is he
was
gonna
gonna
do
go
in a
back.
desert, right?
Yeah,
Like
before she thought she was going to go back, she's like, go. Mm-hmm.
Yep. And so this is when she's just kind of sitting there waiting because, why would we bring a watch with us? It's not like we have phones to set timers and stuff. So she doesn't know how long an hour's been or whatever.
This stressed me out.
This
I'm
stressed
not sure
me out
why,
too.
because I'm thinking like, what if she's 1 minute late or a couple minutes too early or she's
Or
not keeping
yes.
time well? Like you can't count to an hour. That would take it. Just your brain wouldn't
And-
let you.
And
This
like
stressed me
it's
out.
also these thoughts were going through her head too. She was like,
Right.
I don't know what to do. Like, how long has it been? This kind of thing. But this is when the fox comes back and he decides to stay or whatever. And that's when she decides to name him Onyx, which is funny because he's like a white fox.
I was thinking the same thing.
Yeah. And then so he kind of curls up with her and just kind of waits with her. So when she finally decides to open the portal again, that's when Kingfisher comes flying through the portal and he's just like, he keeps saying something about how he needs it, give me the pendant, whatever. And so she gets the pendant off of this body that's there, which I don't know, this part was just like, it didn't make sense to me. Like, you would think you would know the difference between your brother and somebody else. But so she gets the pendant off of the body and then she puts it back on Kingfisher, and then Kingfisher's just kind of trying to be like, oh, okay, I'm gonna take a breath or whatever. And then she realizes that this is not Hayden, her brother. This is Carrion fucking Swift.
Yep.
Carla, tell me your thoughts.
Oh my goodness. Okay. So he had to have something of the brothers. He had to have the blood of the brother to go
Right.
find him. So there has to be some relation, like a long lost brother. Maybe her brother's not really her brother. Maybe this guy is her twin. I don't know. I don't know.
Uh-huh. Yeah, because I forgot about that because he was saying, like, right after they made the blood oath, or maybe right before, or I think it's right after the blood oath, he's like, yeah, I need something of your brothers to be able to find him or whatever. And he goes, I've got your blood. That's good enough. Yeah, I totally forgot about that, Carla. That's a good point. That is a good point.
Oh, I
So
totally picked up on
exciting.
that. Like my first time and second time around, I had the same thoughts as you, Carla. I'm like, is this her freaking brother? And
I
she's
think I did
done it
too.
with him. Like, ew.
I
Oh,
know.
I hadn't thought about that.
See, that was my thought, and so I refused to think that they are because I really that's gross. I'm like,
See, I
no,
think that's
this.
why I think I'm with Katie on that. Like, I was just like, no, there's no way. That's disgusting. Like, I
Oh,
want to think that, but I'm gonna refuse to think that. Uh-huh.
I'd like to think that, like, I don't know. There's some way that Carrion got like some sort of like blood on him or something because, like, I'm like, nope, that's gross. Nope.
Yeah. Oh. All right. So let's get into thoughts and theories so far. So let's do Carla first.
well, I don't know. You just shot down my only theory.
No, you're
What was
good. Like,
it?
what are you
What was your
thinking about
theory?
it? What are you thinking about this book? All that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not really a fantasy person, but it's not terrible. Um, I don't know. I'm very upset right now that he's her brother and that other things that I forgot about have happened.
Yeah.
Um, I'm not crazy about Kingfisher. He's kind of a poopy head. Yeah. So I don't know. I'm excited to see what happens, what Carrion thinks of this whole of Judy and all of the people.
Do you have any
I like
thoughts on like where the rest of the book is gonna go?
I have absolutely no idea.
Okay. Katie, what about you?
Yeah, I think it's I think there might be a love triangle between Carrion and Kingfisher that happens because again, I refuse to believe that Carrion is her brother. That's gross. So I think that's what's gonna happen. I imagine she's gonna get closer with Kingfisher and Everlane. And I do think they're gonna travel the Quicksilver and go to these like different planes that they've talked about. But I don't. Yeah, now I'm thinking about like the mirrors because I didn't catch that the first time. But yeah, I don't know if I have any theories, but I imagine that at some point they're gonna go to like the different worlds and or realms or whatever they're called.
Or to wherever the
Yeah.
pools go, wherever the other pools are. Yeah.
Okay, I have
Yes.
a kind of little question for both of you. So Carla first, who is your favorite male character so far, and who's your favorite female character so far?
Elroy and Everline, Judy.
Judy.
Everlane, yes, Elroy and Everlane. Okay, cool.
Yes.
Katie, what about you?
Oh, my favorite might be I kind of like Carrion, even though he's not in. Well, I think he's about to be in here a lot more, but at the beginning, I kind of liked him. And my favorite female character is Saris. I like Saris.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Cool. All right. So we always do a series cry counter. So this goes throughout the entire series. So this would go into Brimstone as well. So we just kind of like to keep track of how many times we cry or whatever. So a cry would be anytime that a tear spills over, and a half a cry would be if there are tears in your eyes, but they don't come out.
A little choked up, but no
Yep.
waterworks.
Yep. And then Jess is usually our team crier.
Resident crier.
Resident crier. He's also the captain of Love Island. She'll let you know who needs to be shipped. And then I am here for the war, gore, and all the action. So how are we on the series cry counter so far? Jess?
0.
Carla?
0.
Katie?
0.
And of course I'm a 0.
Of course. So we hope you have all loved discussing with us and our new BookCast members.
Want to be a BookCast member? Then do all the social media things, like, follow, and subscribe to all of our platforms.
Next week, we will be discussing QuickSilver by Callie Hart, chapters 14 through 27.
And buddy reading any book with Book Besties is so much fun.
So make sure to share our podcast with your book besties. And if you don't have any book besties,
then become one of ours. And until next week, fill those drinks with ice.
and your books with spice.
Bye.
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 I love it.